Caleb and Maren were the couple everyone envied. They met in college, and for 5 years it felt like a real-life fairy tale. Caleb was completely devoted. He learned to cook her favorite meals, planned surprise weekend trips, and even started saving for an engagement ring. To him, Maren wasn't just his girlfriend. She was his future. He supported her through a tough job search, celebrated her every little win, and was her biggest cheerleader. He believed their love was unshakable, built on a foundation of trust and mutual respect. But sometimes the stories we believe in the most are the ones that end up hurting us the worst. One evening, Caleb was planning a special anniversary dinner. He came home early to surprise Maren, but the surprise was on him. He walked in to find her with someone else's own best friend, Liam. The silence was deafening, broken only by Caleb's heart shattering into a million pieces. The two people he trusted most in the world had betrayed him in the most unimaginable way. Maren's excuses were a blur of "it just happened, and I didn't mean to hurt you," but the damage was done. That night, the fairy tale ended, and a completely different story began. The love that wants to find Caleb was replaced by a cold, hard resolve. He was heartbroken, yes, but he wasn't broken. In the days that followed, Caleb felt a storm of emotions: sadness, anger, and a deep sense of injustice. Watched as Maren and Liam started openly dating, acting as if he never existed. They'd post smiling photos together, completely oblivious to the wreckage they'd left behind. It was that blatant disregard for his feelings that sparked an idea. Caleb realized that moping around wouldn't change anything. He decided he wouldn't let their betrayal define his future. He deserved better, and he was going to prove it not just to them, but to himself. He decided to channel all that pain into a project, something that would not only help him heal, but would also serve as the perfect, quiet revenge. Caleb had always been a talented amateur photographer. It was a hobby he'd let slide while he was so focused on Maren. Now, he picked up his camera again with a new sense of purpose. He began documenting his journey of rediscovery, capturing the beauty in the world he had missed. He took stunning landscape photos, powerful portraits of strangers, and candid shots of city life. He started an Instagram account and a small blog, pouring his energy into creating something positive from his pain. His work was raw, emotional, and incredibly compelling. People started to notice. His follower count grew, first by the hundreds, then by the thousands. Art was resonating with people who had also known heartbreak and found strength in rebuilding. Soon, a local art gallery took notice of his growing online presence. They offered him a spot in their upcoming Emerging Artist Showcase. This was the opportunity he had been working towards. For weeks, Caleb poured every ounce of his being into preparing for the exhibition. The opening night was a massive success. The gallery was packed and people were buzzing about his powerful photography. And then he saw them. Maren and Liam walked in, drawn by the local hype. They looked around, and their jaws dropped when they realized the celebrated artist was Caleb. They saw his centerpiece, a triptych of 3 photos. The first was a blurry, out-of-focus shot representing his past with Maren. The second was a stark, shattered mirror reflecting a broken image. And the third was a crystal-clear, vibrant photo of a sunrise, symbolizing his new beginning. There was no anger, just a powerful story of rising from the ashes. Seeing his success and realizing they were just a footnote in his story was a far more cutting revenge than any angry confrontation could ever be. Caleb was no longer just the guy they betrayed. He was an artist, a success, a man who had turned his deepest pain into his greatest triumph. And that was the best revenge of all. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe for more stories.